Greetings and salutations. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Gamer's Ledge. I'm one of your hosts, Mark, and our main DM for this evening is Daniel. We are playing our Mutants and Masterminds live-action role-playing game, and I will let you take it away, Daniel.
Hey folks, welcome back. So we are playing a game that takes place in a variant of the MCU where Endgame never happened. The main heroes did put together a team and go after Thanos, but they never came back, and no one blipped back into existence as of yet. We are just one day away in game from the 5-year anniversary of D18, Disillusion 18. We have 2-ish players tonight. I believe we have Ray showing up in a little bit. Ray plays Cadus, which is essentially this universe's Gambit. So I'm going to go ahead and go to Mark, and then Justin, please let the folks know who you are and what you're playing.
My name is Mark. I'm playing Silver Surfer, and he got dramatically altered last game, so I have no idea what my powers or abilities are anymore.
I'm Justin. I'm playing Cal, and I'm playing the Speedster. And for a simple 1,500 bits, you can decide what Silver Surfer's secret powers are. Superpowers or superlist powers. And remember, this story isn't made without you, the viewer. Interject, react, put in plot points. And if you become a subscriber with Patreon at patreon.com/gamersledge, you can get one free plot point a month.
That is absolutely correct.
And what's your character's name, Justin?
Yeah, you didn't say that part.
Playing Cal. I'm Justin playing Cal.
What's Cal's
playing Surge?
Surge. Well, Surge the hero.
You are one of the few characters in the game from all the players that actually has a secret identity. So you are playing Cal, sure, but everyone knows you as Surge because your identity is a secret. So do you guys remember what occurred last time?
Well, last session
time on Dragon Ball Z. Sorry, couldn't resist.
Last time on Gamer's Ledge podcast, I did a voiceover because something happened. Oh yeah, I went into nuclear accident because Gambit got a little too trigger happy on shutting off the Dream Machine.
Oh, that's right, killed everybody.
Put us all into sleep. And I'm pretty sure during my dream that I found out where the other half of the people went. I think. Kind of. Maybe.
And
it's all fuzzy.
Perhaps.
All fuzzy.
Do you remember what else you learned? Specifically you, Silver Surfer?
Yes, that my beloved is now the Herald of Galactus, and that he destroyed our planet because I suck and fail at everything. And
is that really news to have learned?
To that level, yes. And that, my powers got changed somehow by melding with hers.
You also learned that you made a very dangerous mistake near the very, very beginning of this game. A very dangerous assumption.
Right, that the Skrulls are actually here to protect Earth and not to hurt Earth.
That was the assumption?
Yes.
That they're here to protect us?
He made the assumption at the very beginning because his character passed through, his character being a Herald of Galactus, a well-known Herald of Galactus, passed through this defense barrier on the outer edges of our solar system. And they hit him with a weapon that kind of drained him of some of his powers, thinking he was a threat. And so when he got here, he started spreading around what he saw. And to him, that was that there was a Skrull invasion force on the outskirts of the solar system getting ready for an invasion. When, in fact, it was a scroll who had promised to helping to protect Earth.
Oh, how the turntables.
Also, before we died, I did get the message out that I was wrong. So
It was the first thing you did was talking to your overlords in Wakanda that you rely on far too much to let them know that that you were.
You mean the handy plot element that my GM gave me? Got it. Yes.
The scroll?
Yeah.
I didn't take Mark playing Silver Surfer as a narc. That was my fail.
You've known him.
All right, so as we pick up, you guys wake up on the. I think that's where we ended, right? Was you guys waking up on the floor of the lab? Much of the technology, the alien technology that was in this lab, deep underground at Genosha, has been by default drained by the huge cosmic energy battery that Cadus stopped because it was pushing cosmic energy into Silver Surfer at such an increased rate that it was going to blow up.
Well, I thought the battery was there because of what it was draining from the previous person, so it was overcharging, not that it was.
It was overcharging the Silver Surfer to try to. What is the name, Mark? Is it Golden?
Star Koto Ibushi? No.
No. We'll call it Golden Nova. It's not Nova, but we'll call it Golden Nova.
Yeah.
We'll call her Golden Nova. She essentially took Silver Surfer's powers away. And this battery was going to give his powers back. But the problem was, so much energy was flowing into him, he had no way to redirect it.
Well, not only that, but my powers weren't actually gone. And that was part of the issue.
He was being.
You the whole time.
We were pouring water into a full cup. Which reminds me, this game.
Comic books to know that you were the source of power the entire time.
It was friendship, and apparently killing innocent Skrulls.
And a little bit of cocaine.
This will probably be a shorter session because we do need to talk about your powers and where to go from here.
Can I say that we do need to also talk about did you watch the how it should have ended for Spider-Man Far From Home?
I did.
And that first opening scene where they're recapping everybody blipping back into existence. Well, it kind of sucked for people that were on airplanes. I'm like, yeah, that's a good point.
We've discussed this, and they decided not to broach that subject.
Oh, because of the pilot.
No,
well, because if you were in an airplane when you disappeared, and Hulk brought you back to the exact same place where you left,
you'd be 30,000 feet above wherever you were, plummeting to death.
It's Raining Men became a prophecy.
And by that we mean humans. Hashtag feminism.
Hashtag personhole.
Oh, instead of manhole. Yes. Okay, so that's where you guys wake up. Surfer, your power levels before she touched you have resumed. Until we talk about other stuff.
Okay.
Bling, bling. So actions.
Well,
oh, wait, no. Hold on. That's right. So you woke up. The Skrulls came and found you, right? No, the Skrulls helped you down here. That's right. Okay.
Right.
So we did stop where we just picked up. So you guys are currently laying on the floor. You note
building still intact?
It is.
Okay, good.
I thought. Okay.
No, that was in the dream.
That we were picking up everybody and everything.
Right. That's why I was asking. Does it look like anyone's been hurt here?
No, it doesn't. It looks like Cadus. Well, it looks like Cadus is unconscious. But
Oh,
other
my
than
mind's
that,
hurt.
it looks like everyone else is waking up and being roused the same.
I always thought I could outrun anything, but apparently I couldn't outrun my sadness.
That's right. It came upon you like a wrecking ball.
Which reminds me, so you weren't in my dream. I assume it was a dream. Cadus was there, but did you get pulled under the ocean by those dead spirits, which I'm assuming were the people that got taken away a few years ago? You know,
No,
like the half your people taken away.
no, but I gotta go outside, and I try and summon my board and go at max speed out of the building.
Isn't
You run
isn't
and
Nick on his board right now? Still?
no, they dropped Nick off before. We talked about that when he lost his powers. Nick would fly, plummet to the earth. So he had put Nick safely in the skyscraper, far away from people. You run as fast as you can, pull out your board, and start traveling. And note that Surge is right there with you, not even breaking a sweat.
Like I was saying, were you in my dream or not? Or I mean, like, I swear, like I was there, and then he was there because he had to destroy the thing, and then we show up in the middle of nowhere in an ocean. I'm sitting there going, "Well, what the heck?" So I start going,
And you guys have gotten to a point.
I keep running, and I
You
keep
got
running.
you got to a point where you're outside now, and you were keeping up with him because he's at ground, and Surfer goes straight up.
Well, that's just rude.
What are you looking for, Surfer?
I'm checking the island to make sure everything looks good.
I mean,
So I
other
started going to my
than
comms, and so you were there.
uh, you look around, and you other than the one bombed out area that was a bakery that had exploded,
Right.
you note that everything is still running as it was when you guys got here originally.
Okay, that's good. Then I will fly back down and I will like pass Surge and put him on my board and we go back down where Cadus was.
He picks you up like a doll.
And like I was saying, so you were there. Well, you weren't there. Cadus was there.
I picture him on the board, dangling his feet as you're flying, talking about, okay, so Cadus was there.
Right, that's about how I got it too, yes. No, I think we all had different visions.
Well, he was in my vision. Maybe he had a different vision, but he was in my vision, acting like he normally does in my vision. Although maybe that's how I dreamed him. Are we sure it was different visions? Maybe you were on another part of my vision.
I don't think so.
Like, I was in LA, but you were in New York.
I never left here.
Oh, that's a crappy vision. Did you learn anything?
That we blew up the island,
But we didn't.
thankfully. I don't know what Cadus was thinking.
So is this like a Ebenezer and Ghost of Christmas Past kind of a thing? Are we going to blow up the island?
That's not if I can help it. I don't think we have that worry now, but I want to make sure that everyone on this bottom level is okay. Is there anyone that does seem to be hurt and not regaining consciousness besides Cadus?
Well, we can let the greenies take care of him. Right? Isn't that what he called them? The scroll?
I think we can just refer to them as scrolls.
I don't know, I was being facetious as his, racism. Speciesism.
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 Bless you. Yeah. So, you want me to... you got comms now, so we'll let them know to take care of them. And we're still looking for Xavier at this point.
Who I
We
don't
know
think is here.
we've let the Wakandan World Police know the situation.
Mm-hmm.
What would be the most advantageous thing for us to do now? I mean, we can't really stop Galactus. Can we find people that can? We're 1 day away from the anniversary of the snapping. Do we think Galactus will show up on the 5th year anniversary? Is he that close?
Can I sense how far Galactus is away?
Do you need a perception check?
Should I use my existing sheet?
Yes. Use your existing sheet.
All right. So that's roll
WebGL.
20 plus 9.
What is WebGL?
How about a 27?
You feel this unworldly hunger that you recognize to be the aura of Galactus, but it's not super nearby.
So not within a day's travel.
No, not within a day's travel.
He still seems to be very far away. Can I, based on where he's at, can I kind of extrapolate how long I think it will take him to get here? With a 27?
If he's heading in this direction, less than a year.
Okay.
Probably a couple months. If he's headed in this direction.
Which we've been told he is.
Which you've been told he is, yeah.
Yeah.
So we need to tackle what we can now first, which would be Xavier and Snapping. Do we know of any... I'm trying to remember. Do we know of any particular plots against mutant kind that were going to happen? We already know, and we did some preventative measures at the academy, or at was it the academy where we put the door blockade because we knew that someone was going to plant something in the walkway.
No, that was Wakanda Summit.
Okay. I'm trying to think of any other known plots against anybody that we've recently uncovered. Can you think of any more, sir?
So, Daniel, I have several questions for you.
Okay.
The first one is, now that I have my powers back, am I able to sense beyond the island now?
No.
You weren't able to before.
I know. But I also know that something's different. So I was just checking that.
Yeah, no.
So then... I say...
Almost like perhaps the cloaking shield that is used to hide this island is powered by some kind of energy that blocks your energy.
Understood. So I say I will be right back. And then I will go back outside and fly straight up into orbit.
You smash against the inside of the shield.
Oh, okay. It's a
you
physical...
see a giant explosion. No, just kidding.
You take 500 plutonium points.
You fly straight up, X number of miles, and the island beneath you disappears from view.
Okay. And then, do I now sense beyond the island?
Yeah.
Okay. Can I sense Xavier?
No.
I didn't think so. Can I... Okay. I'm going to attempt to fly back to the island.
Okay.
Am I able to find it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, you flew. I'm assuming you flew like right on top of it.
Right. And
Yeah.
kind of matched my orbit.
Well, this isn't like Wonder Woman, world.
I,
That's why I figure you're trying to think of it as.
it may very well be, so I don't know. That's why I was asking. So yeah, I fly back down and say, nope, I still don't. Still no sign of Xavier that I can detect, anyways. It might be a good idea to meet with Leshner for real, because from my understanding last time, I still haven't actually met with Eric Leshner, right?
You have not. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, you
I
met with
the
Scroll Lensner.
The Scroll
Yeah.
Leshner, yeah. So now it's time to meet with the real one. So I'll find the nearest scroll and say, I would like to speak with Leshner, if possible.
So you note that now that you guys have come back of the lab, they're all in their human guises. But you find Scroll Leshner, Faux Leshner, Faux Leshner, if you will.
I can't believe it's not Leshner.
Fonito. And
Leshner
you find him, you find him in directing repair efforts for that portion of downtown.
Is there anything I can... I ask him, is there anything we can do to help repair the downtown area?
Well, I mean, we seem to have a pretty good way of it by now, but I'm not entirely sure of what your... Hey, if you didn't bring enough for the entire class, you can't have them.
Are you talking to me?
No, I can see all three of you. Katie handed Justin a giant Tupperware of cookies. Justin, say something.
Something.
Oh, well, that's not fair. You didn't bring any to share. That's messed up.
I totally shared them with myself and Katie. Thank you.
Here.
Katie's mom made them. She said only for me. I got yelled at for trying to eat my cookies.
Hey, Justin. How's the prep for that PT test going?
What PT test?
You find him, and he says he's not entirely sure what your powers are or how you would be able to help, but anything you guys can do. And you see that there are mutants that are working with cement and telekinetics that are putting it back into place. There's pyrokineticists that are solidifying and hardening the concrete, things like that. Very specialized mutants with specialized jobs that are taking care of the repair work.
Okay. Well, then, if they don't need help, then I'll ask if we could have a meeting with Leshner.
Sure. Corey, can you take over here? He says to one of the people standing by, and you see that the person moves over. He has brightish green skin, a head that's a little bit too large for his body, and no mouth. But you can feel the reverberations coming off of his mind as he's obviously directing people for their next action and moving people around like it's more like a well-organized ant colony, and people start moving significantly more efficiently, getting the jobs done.
That guy seems like a natural leader.
Terrible, Mark. I hadn't
Okay.
put that together.
Gak, 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 gak.
Gag, 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 gag.
We come in peace.
And he moves off and kind of indicates for you guys to follow, and gets back on the train that takes you guys back to his office.
Take me to your leader.
Terrible. And you guys arrive back at the office. The train floating back down to rejoin the track.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're there with him in his office.
With fake Lesnar.
Right.
Yeah, you wanted your 1-1.
Yeah.
You asked if you could talk to him.
Real Lesnar.
This is about as real as you're going to get.
Okay. What? You came down to fake Lesnar
Right.
and said, "Can I talk to you privately?"
No, I said, can I talk to the real Eric Lesnar?
You said that in public?
Well, no, privately to him. But the point is that I want to talk with the real Magneto.
The real
What?
Slim Shady.
What real Magneto?
Yeah, you know what I mean.
No.
The real.
He doesn't know what you mean.
I'm talking to you. Okay. I'm talking to Daniel, the GM. I want to talk to the real Eric Lesnar.
And I'm talking to Mark the player. You are.
No, because they said that this was the best way, and they consulted with Lesnar and thought this was the best way to mislead us when we got here slightly.
What?
You said that they all decided this was the best. Like Lesnar and the Skrulls decided this was the best way when they got here because they didn't want to alert the other chick, the Shalabal.
Right, so they've been running Genosha for years. And years and years.
So where's the real Eric Lesnar?
They have no idea, which is the thought to the real one. He thought you meant him. He's been playing the act so long that he doesn't consider any other Lesnar.
Does Xavier know?
That Lesnar's been missing?
Yes.
Or that he's off on his own doing stuff? I have no
Yes.
idea. We don't talk on a regular basis.
Okay.
As you may hopefully understand, keeping a secret island secret is hard when there's constant communications going to the outside world.
Understood.
In most cases, we get the secret coded message when a ship or a boat is on the way here, and that's the first indication we have that we have new guests arriving.
Well, Xavier's missing. Lesnar would be of actual use.
I'm assuming that's not for me, because I don't know what that means.
I'm assuming you're not talking to me.
I'm talking to you. There's a Twitch tip.
Oh. Stand by one. Sorry, they don't make this easy to check. That's the only thing I don't like about this plugin.
There's some really weird add-ons and stuff that some of the podcasts I've been watching have for their gaming stuff.
Yeah.
Where, I don't know, but when something pops like Kentucky or a message, whatever.
Yeah, there's some overlays that will like talk to you, but sadly none of the ones that I've seen here have anything like that currently for the way that we use them. Continue. Okay.
Justin, what does your shirt say? Nice. Is that how you say big and trim? You date a big guy?
That's how I do. How do you think Nick and I got along? No, actually, my mom got this for me. I think. Ooh, wow, I've had this for a while. I believe a year before I met Katie.
That's awesome.
The year before I met Katie. Yeah,
Okay, so
but it's very comfy and soft. So I hate not wearing it because it feels really good and it's tall. So like, you know,
It covers everything. Yeah. I have a Star Wars shirt that's like that, that is super, super, super soft.
so Daniel,
Yeah.
the one that came through is Mark senses Xavier, or what he thinks is Xavier.
Okay. I can work with that. Um, okay, so where were we? You were trying to get a hold of the real engine, and they explained to you that for the last couple of years, he has been out of contact, and for the most part, the island is out of contact.
Do they have any idea where the last place he was?
He talked about getting some of the more experienced mutants together for like a faster tactical team to really protect mutants. While he was one of the main ideas behind Genosha and getting mutants a place where they can live in peace, he also wanted to be able to defend mutants in any area of the globe they came up. But as of yet, we haven't seen any.
Kind of
We
like
haven't
a
seen him.
covert expert force of some kind?
Yes. Yeah.
Hmm. Okay.
That's what it sounded like.
Well, I clasp him on the shoulder and I say, "You've got a couple months before Galactus arrives."
His eyes get really big. Really big. What do you mean?
Galactus is coming this way. The scrolls are you're parked outside the solar system to fend off Galactus. I can tell he's a couple months away. Somewhere between 2 months and a year at his current speed.
Is there anything we can do?
Figure out the mutants that would be useful against taking down a world devourer. And train them.
He just stares at you. Yes, but train them. Train them how?
to fill the hunger of the world devourer.
Or kill it, or, I'm not sure. I don't know that there's anything that can be done.
Kill is such a strong word. Maybe exterminate.
We'll have to. I think finding Xavier is going to be key to this, but Lesnar may be just as key. Can you put Cadus on a transport back to the? Or actually, it's probably better if we take him, isn't it? I don't know. I'm asking you.
Me?
Yeah. No, I'm
Yeah.
asking. I'm asking the scroll. What's easier? Can you put him on transport going out, or back to the Xavier Institute, or would you prefer we take him?
Are you going someplace that isn't the Xavier Institute?
Well, we're going someplace that isn't the island, so that's why I was asking. What's easiest for you?
Well, I mean, in the end, the Quinjet that you arrived on has to go back.
Okay.
I mean, we can keep it, sure, but it's a resource I think that the Xavier Institute uses.
Nope, that works. So let's get him out of here. Is there any messages or anything you want us to take back to the Xavier Institute?
Actually, yes. And he reaches over to his holographic computer and goes and downloads it into essentially a pad and hands it to you. He said, "These are code names, but the people at the mansion should know who they are. When you arrived asking questions about specific mutants, it occurred to us that other people might be worried as well. This is a list of most of the students that have come here from the Xavier Institute and the other people that they've sent, and what they're currently doing, their jobs or how they're doing essentially. There's also some letters, personal letters, as I'm sure you know." And he turns to Surge. Many mutants don't get along with their families. There's a lot of bad blood there, but there are still plenty that do. And some of those have asked that if I ever got the chance, if we could get these letters back out. So if you could have the Institute print them and mail them in the traditional human way, I think
So
that
you're
that
asking me to
would.
make a mail run?
A non-gendered run would be fine.
Yes,
Must be
yes.
this slow to catch the joke.
That's our height. That's everyone's height to you, Justin. Everyone. Yes, please. That would be amazing.
Well, I would like to officially also apologize. The visit did not go exactly as I don't think any of us intended. But I am glad that the Cosmic Herald is no longer a threat here to you guys.
We have a single satellite. It's a dark tower satellite. And the readings that we got were that she left the system. So I'm not sure how long that will be. But for now, at least, it appears that she's gone.
And so is my heart. So is my heart.
Okay. Yeah. And they start working on prepping and getting stuff together for you.
Do you want us to find another heart for you? Like, I mean, I'm sure they've got some spares. Maybe.
No, good.
And you guys, I guess, head back to the Quinjet after collecting your things.
Yes.
Yep. Head back and I guess enter coordinates for the academy.
The Quinjet lifts off. Cadus, the doctors that have been looking at him, specifically doctors that have powers that help them understand what's going on, say they're not entirely sure what's happening with Cadus. He appears completely healthy. He should be awake, but he's just not. And they're suggesting he go back to some of the medical staff at the Xavier Institute.
Do we want to leave yet? T is still out on the island.
Who is?
Cadus's powered ego.
I'm sure I have no idea what you're talking about.
He's still in the sewers, or was last seen.
Right. No, we do need to
Resolve that plot point.
resolve that. Yes, good call. So the Quinjet's ready to go, but then we're
Let's
like,
autopilot them
yeah,
back to the island, and we'll
yeah.
leave a note to say, "Come find us again."
Yeah.
Send another, taxi back to us while we resolve this.
Yes. Yeah.
So it takes several hours to fly, like hours upon hours to fly. So the Quinjet can wait until you guys are ready.
Okay, and we'll just put Aeon in there,
Oh, nice.
so he's not feeding on people while he's unconscious too.
Yeah, you put Aeon and Case in there, and it'll be a self-fulfilling loop.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that works. That works.
That's weird.
Well,
Still no. Right.
Well, if they found the signature block that she left, then maybe they can find that signature block of Cadis's power. Clone person.
Perhaps. Let me do a check real quick. Over here. Okay, as they power up the machines that scan for cosmic energy, you see that there are loops within the bubble, primarily where the cosmic batteries are being used, the trains, lifts, that kind of stuff. You also see what looks like a glowing ant hive below the lower west quadrant of the island, with a epicenter in the center that has a bunch of dots, and then fewer dots as it spreads out from that.
He's been procreating.
Well, we can see. Do you have a task force?
Oh, you're asking me?
Yes.
There is kind of a task force, yes, and we are mostly equipped to handle your run-of-the-mill mutant activity. But based on what you had described, I'm not entirely sure what we'd expect. That hasn't happened before with the energies that we've discussed.
Yeah, Surge, go scout it out.
Why don't you use your through the wall vision and find it?
Well, I'm sure you'd be much faster than me trying to scan the entire island.
Well, you got coordinates. You just saw it on the map. Terrain, I gotta go up and down. You can just fly. So it makes it a lot easier. Plus, you've got that plutonium fuel.
I like that. Yeah.
So I put him on the board. He can dangle his legs, and we go out there.
Okay. You head out, and you can see that it is unlike the majority of the island, which is built up to be tech and apartment buildings and essentially a city. It is an empty stretch. One second. It is an empty stretch of beach.
With Jamaicans and steel drums.
Didn't want to talk to him either.
Yeah, I'm on.
Call in the middle of my game night. Like, thanks, Mom. Ugh. Don't call unless you're gonna bring the meatloaf. Ma, the meatloaf.
You're transmitting, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
Oh, Daniel doesn't know he's transmitting. And he
I'm
is.
transmitting?
Yes.
You're transmitting.
Alright.
We can't hear the phone, but we can hear you.
Yes, I'd like to order one large pizza with everything and anchovies.
Actually, just give me pineapple and anchovies.
Extra anchovies. I love the anchovies.
All the anchovies and a couple pineapples. And 2 pickle.
And if you could put some hot sauce on the pizza, that'd be fantastic also.
Some sriracha? Will that work?
Hot sauce and sriracha.
We're all out of regular cheese. Can you take Parmesan?
No, ricotta. Ricotta cheese on a pizza. That's the
No,
best.
we're all out. That's what I said. Can you take Parmesan instead?
No, that's mozzarella. Normal's mozzarella.
All I got is the Parmesan from the can.
So it's funny. She called me, and then hung up because she realized that I was in the middle of a game. I didn't realize that's why she hung up, so I called her back. Okay. It is a huge stretch of beach that is pockmarked, almost in logical order, with small rectangular pieces of marble.
Like a cemetery?
Like a cemetery.
Well, this seems completely normal and not a bad omen at all.
I guess you don't know American culture at all.
So if I set you down here, you can run into the tunnel and scout and come back and tell me what we're up against.
Yeah, I can go back and tell them what we're up against.
I'm gonna have to set the board down somewhere. Where would you prefer, Serge?
Back at the
Yeah, in this general area here.
towards the edge, and I can do a perimeter. I can see
All
what the furthest area looks like and see how large the cemetery-esque.
So I'll set down like 200 yards from the edge of the cemetery.
Okay.
Inside or outside?
Outside.
Okay. I do a perimeter lap.
All right. As you are running around, you see that through most of the cemetery, which it's a fairly large-ish ceremony. It's not huge, but it's not a tiny plot either. This is an island with a lot of people that's been here for an unknown amount of time. So large-ish. You do note that most of them are the small marble plaques that have a name and dates on them, just like a normal headstone would. There are some, very few, that are standing pieces, just like you would see in a normal graveyard. And there's a building near the center, a little bit off center, that would act as a mausoleum or a building where somebody who keeps the grounds would keep all their stuff. It is fashioned to be like one of the types of buildings you would see in a cemetery in like New Orleans. So it's mostly stone, very intricate roofing and sides. There's one door on either side of the rectangle building, but no windows.
I look at some of the headstones. Do I see a correlating date? Like, are they all within a close time period of like 5 years ago, or is this kind of look like a long worth of?
Huh.
Is this a memorial to all of the people that were on the island 5 years ago before the snap?
We're gonna say I hadn't thought about that, but we're gonna say didn't, but it's a cemetery for other people.
Okay, so it's
there's enough people that have the D18 date that it's obviously also a memorial for people that needed to pass on. They had to have a place they could come to talk to their dead friends or relatives or whatever. But there's also not enough of those headstones for it to be half of the people from this island.
So does the soil density near the surface, it's kind of looser and it gets more dense as you go down? Does that seem appropriate?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, that makes sense.
So the plot thickens.
As you are sitting there with your
I think I broke
awful,
Justin.
awful puns, you get a scratch on the back of your head.
Oh, my dog's
Like
there.
it's something nice. It's something that's just nagging at you, and you realize with a start that you sense Xavier
Oh.
here.
Oh. Oh, no. Well, can I pinpoint where?
Oh, he did.
Thank you, Ghost of Christmas Future.
You sense him coming from the kind of the area where all of the things were starting to group together on the overlook.
Where Xavier? There,
sent you.
I'm detecting Xavier here.
Where Xavier?
I point the same way.
There,
as
Xavier?
He's essentially pointing. He can't. You know that he can't see the mausoleum from where he is sitting, but the direction he's pointing and indicating is about where the direction of the mausoleum, and down. Like he's pointing under the mausoleum.
Like at a good angle, or just kind of under?
Kind of under.
Okay. Well, there's a mausoleum. I don't know if you had those where you're at, but memorial area for the dead, and that's roughly in that direction.
Shall we go investigate?
You're piloting this bad boy.
Great. We'll head over there. I'm gonna keep. We're both on the board. I'm gliding across the ground. If we see anything or anyone, I'm going to shoot straight up into the air, not into something like if there's a tree branch overhead. But you get what I'm saying. We're gonna GTFO and analyze and regroup if that's the case.
Okay. You guys start heading hovering over the edge towards the mausoleum, and you see an elderly gentleman kind of pops out with the coveralls on and a rake, and you shoot straight up. 200 miles. Surge starts suffocating.
Kinky.
And then back down. No, seriously.
No, seriously. You head over the ground. Nothing pops out at you. However, both of you, which is strange for you, Surfer, because not very much in the last unknown amount of time has made you feel dread, but you start to feel dread as you guys are heading towards the mausoleum.
Does that mean my character sheet has changed?
No?
Because I'm immune to all fear stuff on my current
No, it's not scaring.
Okay.
Not scaring
Okay.
you. No, this is a GM
Not
description. Yeah,
Okay.
no, this is just a GM description.
Got it.
And it doesn't necessarily even mean that you are currently feeling it, but you are sensing dread.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Like it's judging you.
You also note that the closer you get to the mausoleum, the less green grass there is. Not necessarily that it is dead and drying out or anything, but there's actually less of it. It's just more soil and sand the closer you get to the mausoleum. The doors on both sides are closed. The mausoleum itself looks like it's made out of stone, but has been weathered by the elements. Where the gravestones that you've been passing over are all marble and very well taken care of. The mausoleum has seen better days. It has some moss growing on it. Things for this. You are in the tropics, so stuff that would be expected from a humid, hot a humid, hot
Environment.
surroundings. And then your surfboard stops and drops out. No, you've now circled the mausoleum twice. You don't see any movement. You are definitely getting the feeling that he is about, or what you sense to be Xavier is about 50 feet below the mausoleum. And the mausoleum is about probably 50 feet by 35 feet.
So
Does it
this
look
is
like there's an
it's
entryway into the mausoleum, or does it look like he's
So-
buried underground?
It's a rectangle,
Mhm.
and there's a door on either side of the rectangle, but both doors are currently closed.
Hmm.
So we'll try and I say to Surge, I'm detecting Xavier is about 50 feet down from here.
Hmm.
Do we want to try and go in? I think we need to.
Might as well.
We'll try and open the front door in front of us.
It seems like it's unlocked.
Is there a way down inside the mausoleum?
So looking down inside this building, you see that the walls are about 12 feet, like 6 feet on either side, closer. And there are small plots, small squares, marble squares that line the insides. Many of them have cones that hold flowers or small torches, candles, that kind of stuff that are not currently lit. So these are above ground caskets, probably inside these small squares. The building is deceptive because while it is about 50 feet by 35 feet on the outside, there's a lot less space inside, but there's a lot more happening with it. And you see, while it is a pretty much straight shot from one doorway to the other doorway all the way across, there is a small stairwell that is. Sorry, let's rewind. There is a small stairwell that is a circular stairwell made of the same kind of marble steps that the walls are. The ground looks to be tile, and there's also a service elevator just behind the stairs, about halfway down the building.
How new does the facility look?
So it's hard to guess because the inside looks really well taken care of. The outside looks like the weather's hit it. So based on what you saw outside, you're 40 years old. The inside, because everything's marble and really well taken care of, it's really difficult to say. It could possibly be as old as the outside.
How about this? How about I take the service elevator down? I'll create all the noise and create the diversion. You speed down the stairs, and we meet at the bottom.
Okay, I mean, I could take the high road and you could take the low road.
You want to be the distraction?
Well, if you take the high road and I take the low road, we'll see who gets first.
You're going to be running at super speed, and I'm taking an elevator.
Yeah, you got powers.
But not to make the elevator go faster. So you would definitely get there first.
And I get there.
So Surge just ran down the elevator while we were still talking. I mean, ran down the circular staircase while we were still talking.
I know. I sent a message to him specifically
Okay.
On
on Roll20.
I will shrug and get in the elevator.
Okay.
And press the down button. Is it really noisy?
So on roll 20,
Yes.
do you see the message, Justin?
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how.
Oh, so I think it's /W and then GM or space GM space /roll and then whatever the roll is.
Does that work? Let me know if that does work.
Oh, no, sorry, hold on. /GM roll space and then the roll.
Oh, okay. That's yeah.
And that will let you and me see what the roll is.
And mine's just a test. It's not going to
Space roll or just roll?
No,
'Cause I
it's
did GM's roll.
/GM roll.
roll. All one word.
If you can see the green welcome to roll 20,
Yeah.
it's one of the things in there.
It's the next to last dot.
Next to last dot and welcome to roll 20.
Oh, that's neat.
Oh, you didn't know you can do that?
5d10 over 6s? No, that's
5d
okay, here we go.
5d10 and everything over a 6 and over is a success.
yeah. I need that for Shadowrun. I need that for World of Darkness. I need that for
Yeah, the only downside is that they're not exploding. So if you get a 10, you have to treat that.
a lot of these new systems don't have exploding anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, you know why?
What's that?
Because I was trying to type will or whatever.
Oh, sorry.
And
Yeah.
not the. Okay, so it is. There we go. That makes more sense.
Wow. Okay. Okay, so in the future, we're going to figure out a way for Mark to be able to mute the sound coming off of us without muting the feed. The feed.
Why?
Okay.
So that I can describe things to Justin and other people can hear it and you can't.
Why don't you call me?
Yeah.
I
Go
could.
mute.
Well, because if I call you, then they still can't hear. The viewers. And people
well,
like
Mark,
you.
pull up
Oh,
his
you
headphones.
want to... Oh, yeah, I just pull off my headphones.
Okay. So, you
not
feel
quite-
something
Okay.
pulling at your mind. And it's pulling down as soon as your feet touch the floor,
Mhm.
it starts pulling and pulling at your mind down to like this throbbing mental presence below you. As you make your way down the stairs, everything is dark. All the lights have been knocked out, and you're actually going down several floors that are pretty much identical to the one that was above.
Mhm.
And you hit a area where the stairs stop, but something has been dug in. A path has been dug in, and continuing that way, still feeling that pulsing, throbbing mental power trying to break through.
Now, the path that's been there, is it a stairway or a ramp?
It's a ramp. It's been carved, but it's a ramp.
Yeah, because it's hard to make stairs carved. But
Yeah.
Okay.
And you stop before you see this glowing white and black fizzling energy bubbling in like this giant cavern ahead of you, and you hear, "We are Legion. We are Legion."
Is it the
Okay,
same?
Mark, you're good.
He can't hear you.
Okay, I have Mac.
All right, and you're floating, correct?
No, I'm riding the elevator down.
Then just roll me a will save. Damn it.
Oh, will save.
I had thought you were floating down in the elevator.
No. I mean, it depends on the space. I assume this is like a small service elevator, right?
It's a service elevator, but it's a service elevator that has to be able to have casket-sized objects.
Oh, well, if that's the case, then yes. I mean, I'd be riding on my surfboard if that's the case. Because I didn't think that this was big enough. I didn't ask either, but I didn't get a chance. So, I mean, yes, if that's the case, I'd be floating down inside the elevator as it moves down. Yes.
Yeah, I assume one of two things. Either that you use your power to open a hole in the elevator and just float down the elevator shaft, and then recreate the elevator floor above you, or that you got in the elevator, push the down button, and
Yeah.
just float.
If it's big enough for that, then yes, that's it. That is what I would do.
Okay. As you are making your way down, you, pardon the pun, but it's deathly quiet. And you're passing floors that are identical to the floor that was the top floor, but all of the lights are out. So you can sense the opening of the hallways as you pass them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hit the bottom floor, and there's nothing there. But as you look around, you see that where the where the circular stairs stopped at this floor, so it looks like something continued to dig. So there's like a ramp going down further than where the stairs end. But the elevator has now hit the bottom.
And is Surge down here?
You don't see him.
I will tap my comms. Surge.
Red rum. You don't hear anything.
I need a will save from you, though.
Oh, you do need a will save. No problem.
Yeah.
26.
Of course. You feel a psychic pull. You didn't feel it until you got down closer to where you are now, but there's like a mental pull that is throbbing and pulling you down towards the area underneath the mausoleum. And so that's what you see. You're at the bottom of the elevator.
I feel this. Am I compelled? Like I cannot control my actions, or I just feel it. Feel it's there, but I can resist it.
You can resist it.
Okay.
You resisted it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, the first thing I'll do is really quickly but cautiously fly up the circular staircase and see if Surge is stuck somewhere up there.
Yeah, his shoelace actually got caught 2 floors down. No, he's not. He's not anywhere on the stair.
Okay, then I will head back down to the bottom and proceed
I was
in
just too
the
embarrassed to say anything.
clawed out. Well, it could have also been that, maybe he got hit with that pull and stopped running. I didn't know, so
Yeah.
I was just checking.
You start moving down the ramped slope. You see that it looks like it's been dug out. You have to get closer to your board to kind of make your way down. It's not as large or big around for you to stand on your board.
Mm-hmm.
And the corners are a little bit tight, so you have to really kind of finagle yourself. You make your way down about 30 more feet, and you you start seeing flashing lights ahead of you, silhouetting Surge's form in like a hallway. The light coming from down and around the corner. But it's a white and black crackling light with some purple flashes here and there that you recognize as the light emanated by cosmic energy. Mm-hmm. And you start hearing, "We are Legion. We are Legion."
So, questions. Multiple questions.
Is this what the cliffhanger is for the week?
It's getting there.
Is this where everybody tunes in next week?
It's getting there. Not quite yet.
Do I know, like, in all of my years of dealing with this and dealing with all of Galactus's other heralds that have been made over time, which that's actually part of my back question story is which ones are in this universe, if any.
Which ones?
Airwalker,
Which ones what?
Nova, Morg, which set of Galactus's heralds beyond me are there?
I will have to get that for you. I
Okay.
don't have that right now.
Well, so my follow-up question is there a way that I would know to siphon off or depower someone who is cosmically powered?
I don't know. So no, you don't know a way.
Okay.
You're not sure how she did it.
Right. Okay.
Other than maybe if it was a specific power set she was given by Galactus to hunt you down.
Yeah, possibly. And the other heralds more than likely too. Which is kind of makes my initial question even more important.
Mm-hmm.
Sunfire, or not Sunfire. Oh God, my brain stopped working. Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, that's what I would like to know. And then I will again try and tap the communicator and silently call out to Surge.
You hear it, Serge.
Yeah, I was wondering what his call out was.
Oh.
He started, it's like he was going to say
Surge.
something and then he didn't say it.
No, I just said Surge.
Who's Legion?
Not sure.
Is this where you feel Xavier?
I believe that's an affirmative, right, Jim?
Yep.
Yes.
So why don't you go ahead and get...
Are you okay?
Well, you said he's in there and you feel him.
That's not what I asked. Are you okay?
Yeah, I feel good.
Then why don't you run back over here by me?
Yeah, I can. Can't I? I can, right?
Yeah. No, yeah, you're not held in
we're
place or
back over
anything. Yeah.
So, you gonna go in there and get him, or...
Yeah, I'm gonna go in there and get him. You wait, stay here.
Do we have, like, a timeline? Like, 5 seconds? Like, how...
So I'm gonna go ahead and... I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get off the board, and I'm gonna use the board like a shield.
You gonna poke it first with the board?
Okay.
I'm just gonna kind of hold the shield in front of me in case this thing tries to attack me with cosmic power. We'll see.
All right.
Yeah, and I'll go in there. What do I see?
A new
All right.
character.
Where are you currently?
Where he was before he decided to...
Okay, so you're not looking around the corner?
No.
You see, as you peek around the corner, you see about 30 to 40 individuals, all crouched, kind of ghoul style, around a central being. That being looks to be a larger being, like larger than normal human, and all of them have kind of crackling white and black energy flowing through them, laced with like a purple mist that comes out of areas here and there. You see that most of them, like almost all of them, are definitely or were definitely corpses. Many of them are dried husks of beings or missing portions of them that are now glowing with white-black energy as replacements. Um, and they are all chanting, "We are Legion, we are Legion." Though you note that most of their mouths aren't moving, but the one in the center definitely is. You see that he is, his flesh is the color of corpse flesh. He is larger and beefier, and wearing tattered clothing that looks like it doesn't fit him very well. And he is grasping the ground around him, and you can see it's turning up essentially grave dirt as he's flexing, pulling in power from all of the areas around him. So in a circle, as they are saying, "We are Legion," you can see power thrum to the center. And as you step around the corner with your shield, the chanting stops, and you see 80 eyes turn to look at you with glowing purple, white, and black pops of energy. And that's where we're going to stop it for tonight.
Okay.
So we can do this one of two ways. I would like to talk about character progression. We can do that on the feed, if you'd like.
Sure.
So we can talk about kind of how we're thinking about this stuff. So you guys have played a lot of sessions, well, a handful of sessions, a few sessions. And in the very beginning, we talked about not really doing XP, because your characters are already significantly powerful. However, there are things I would like to do because you guys have been playing really well, and there are other ways that we can improve characters. Specifically, we can look at adding a different power set, or something specific that you think due to character development that would help benefit your character. So we're not necessarily going to be adding ranks to a power or adding power points to something, but talk to me about what you would like to do for your character, and we'll talk about it and why. So for example, Justin, with your super speed, there's a lot of avenues we could go for your super speed, and there are other things we could tuck into your super speed power that you may not have already, to help flesh that out. If you wanted to go a different direction, right now your character, I don't believe, has an energy blast.
No.
But due to your brush with the cosmic energy, your fusion with cosmic energy, maybe an energy blast would be something that we could look at. Where you have an energy blast that's very similar to the Silver Surfer's energy blast. It doesn't change the chemical makeup of things, but you're able to project energy from your form. You know what I mean? As an example. So there are things like that. Maybe can you run up walls right now?
Haven't for plot.
It would be essentially wall climbing at full speed, which I don't think was built into your character sheet. Perhaps that's something that we could consider. There are things that the Flash can do that, even though I love the Flash, they're kind of ridiculous, like running on air.
Or phasing through anything.
Well, no, that part I actually like, and that would be something we could talk about. Not necessarily phasing, not phasing into things to kill it, but you could run through walls that aren't made of plutonium, stuff like that.
Yeah.
That would be
that. I mean, with the powers cosmic, I've kind of been able to see the makeup of materials.
You'd be able to see the frequency that things vibrate at, so that you can match that frequency.
1.21 gigahertz.
Gigahertz?
Mm-hmm.
That's you, Justin. You're 1.21 gigahertz.
Yep.
Wow.
Now give me my damn cookie.
The recession has hit me hard. I used to be 1.25.
Okay, so think about it, Justin. Mark, without being ridiculous, I have to preface that. without being ridiculous, what were you thinking? Because we can't go to a fully powered Silver Surfer.
Right. I mean, he's ridiculous anyways. I mean, I'm not abusing it now, I don't think.
I don't think you are.
I think I'd just like to take the unreliable off my transform.
So what does the unreliable do right now?
I have a 1 in 4 chance of the power succeeding. It's only got a 25%.
You know what? That makes taking unreliable off, because you did just pop up with the power being pushed into you, and it did help reset some of the problems that the scroll weapon did. I would say that would be fine. That would work.
I mean,
taking the unreliable off.
That and the unreliable on my healing, because that's the other thing.
What was the? I didn't catch the second one.
The unreliable on my healing. It's the same thing, but it's half.
No, that's fine. I'm fine with taking unreliable off both those.
That's really. I mean, I think still for what he is.
Use it for too.
Yeah. I think he's fine. I don't think he needs any more powers. I mean, at some point, I might want to talk to you about, like, I've got the tracking senses, but then again, I don't know what it's really. He's for plot anyways, so I mean, whatever senses you want him to have, really, besides the tracking. He's immune to everything. He's. I mean, I spent a butt ton of points on that immunity. That's why I was like, oh, that's no good. But that's really, yeah. I think he's all right where he is. So if I
didn't realize how many of these people were heralds.
Yeah. There's a lot. And the funny part is, none of them would have been heralds if Surfer hadn't left.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because all of them came after him. Pretty much. There's one or two, I think, that were...
Okay, so I'm going to say Airwalker and I think Tyrant.
Oh. Alright, you're skipping to the end of the list. Alright.
Oh, it doesn't have time frames.
Yeah, Airwalker was one of the early ones.
Who else is an early one?
God, the one I keep trying to say is Sunspot. Firelord. Firelord's an early one. Redshift.
So we're gonna say Firelord, Airwalker, and Redshift.
And Nova. Those are the earliest.
Well, but Nova wasn't until after you.
Got it.
And the rest weren't until after you, so you wouldn't know any of the ones after.
Oh, are you looking at the Google list? Did you just type in?
I'm on Wikipedia. I looked up Galactus, and I've got heralds, but it doesn't have them in any order.
Yeah, and keep in mind that a good chunk of these don't have the power cosmic still. So, like, if
there's a lot that are deceased and a lot that are released.
Yeah. The released ones, most of them, like Dazzler and Thor and.
Yeah, I cut all of the ones that I know off the list anyway.
Okay, yeah. Terrax the Terrible was probably like the first big bad one that they all had to band up against, and then after that it was Morg, and then the Fallen one after that, I believe. And I believe Morg or Terrax, I can't remember which, killed Airwalker. So there was that. Redshift was somewhere in there. I'm not sure about Stardust. Stardust is the one I'm not sure of at all. But yeah.
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 So, Justin, did you want the phasing power?
I like the phasing power. I think that would come in handy, but not be too overpowered.
Okay. Then let's do that. Go ahead and write those down on your character sheets, so we can get those updated. And
I do have a power request.
Yeah.
Because it's the plot power I was using already anyways. The ability to project memories to people. I don't have that.
Yeah,
really,
no,
but-
and that's fine. That to me, that's a plot power anyway, so
Yeah.
that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just thought it might be a good idea to formalize it since we keep using it.
Plot memory sharing.
Yes.
Oh.
In a
Go.
burst area. burst area. Yep. Burst area plot memory sharing.
You're gonna take these memories whether you like them or not.
That's right. Uh,
So I need to talk to Mark after this, because there's some comic book things I don't know very well, and it's kind of a big point moving forward,
okay. Well, we can
a
kill the
specific thing.
we can
But
kill
yeah,
the cat.
so
Yeah.
if you guys, Justin, do you want to do your well knowledge closing statement?
I mean, I can, but really, if the subscribers were to go to gamersledge sites actually known for, or even to patreon.com/gamersledge, they would see these videos published. You can also even go to YouTube and look for Gamers Ledge podcast, which we don't only do the Tuesday night, the every other Tuesday gaming session. We also do other podcasts throughout the week. That was a cramp. Sorry. We also do other podcasts throughout the week, and
I was like, you're very much in pain doing this outro.
yeah, that hurt. Moving and not having exercise definitely kicks you.
It was the cookies.
So, cookie, yeah, obviously. But you too can also have a virtual theoretical cookie if you subscribe to Gamers Ledge. Did you know that if you have Twitch Prime, you get one free subscription a month? That free subscription can be used at gamersledge.com. Well, sorry. That free subscription can be used for Gamers Ledge on twitch.com. You
Twitch.tv.
can use your Twitch Prime. I am out of it, all right? That cramp hurt me. It hurt my brains. And game on.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Game on.
Game on.